He differentiated the solidarity into two groups. Let's discuss in the next slide. Next slide, please. First is the mechanical solidarity. What it defines it. According to Durkheim, mechanical solidarity is more on primitive or traditional societies. We're held together by mechanical solidarity. Examples such as members of society live in relatively small and undifferentiated groups. Second, where they share strong family ties and perform similar daily tasks. Example is in your house, where common goals, helping each other. Another point is here, such societies were held together by shared values and common symbols. In primitive societies have the hunter and gatherers, yung pangangaso. Next slide, please. Next is the organic solidarity. It means is the contrast or differentiate from mechanical. How? He observed that in modern societies, traditional family bonds are weaker. In modern societies also exhibit a complex division of labor, where members perform very different daily tasks. In second point is Durkheim argued that modern industrial society would destroy the traditional mechanical solidarity that held primitive societies together. Modern societies, however, do not fall apart. How? Instead, modern societies rely on organic solidarity. Because of the extensive division of labor, members of the society are forced to interact and exchange with another to provide the things they need. Organic is in organic solidarity, the community have division of labor. In the family, in the family is the more simple unit in the society, composed of the maternal, paternal, and the children. They have together in the household chores, and we know that father is the padre de familia, and the mother is the ilawang tahanan. That's parents and both parents have molded the children to have about the characters and everything, to have the children have the what we call this solidarity, have contribution in the society. That's all. Next slide. Next part is the kinetic first certa. Also, Robert Merton have contributed in the structure theory. First, who is Robert Merton? In full, Robert King Merton, his original name, it's Mayor Robert Skolnick. He's born in July 4, 1910. And died in February 23, 2003. He spent his time in the world 92 years old. But she told me that she contribute to functions. What we call that? Manifest function and latent function. Let's define this. Manifest functions is composed of the things that are put in place intentionally to keep society moving forward. And latent functions are the unintended consequences from manifest functions. Manifest functions examples is for the social institution is the education. The manifest function or the conscious and deliberate intention of the institution is to produce educated young people who understand their world.
and its history and who have the knowledge and practical skills to be one of productive members of society. And another example is the institution of media. What is its manifest function? Is the media is to inform the public of important news and events so that they can play an active role in the democracy. How about the latent functions? The latent functions in our examples in first is the education. Education, the latent function of the education is these are they include the formation of friendships among students who enroll at the same school, the provision of entertainment and socializing during intramurals. In education, it can contribute the latent function. We do not know that become friendship to our friends in our classmates is one of the latent functions that we observe today. And how about the media? What it is latent functions? One of the latent functions of media is indeed entertain and provide a venue for conversation and it socialize us. We are experiencing the today. Next part, next slide. The term above the the highlighted, the balance, equilibrium, and stability, these are three words are important in structure theory or the functionalism. These things of any system that must coordinate its parts for survival. That's important related to the balance, equilibrium, stability is the word coordinate. And the third point is the true social system with needs that must be met. And last point, when change is one group happens, other group must adjust, respond to accommodate for the change finds the equilibrium again. Example for this is the how we cannot any di natin magkakailan na merong change talaga mangyayari in the future na how this theory or idea to overcome the change according to Durkheim. Example for this are farmers in our agricultural. The people who no longer have to grow food, now they take the different routes like tailoring or education. The farmers may switch their work to tailoring or education their children. And everyone becomes dependent on one another for their continued well-being. Thus, all of us people have become specialized, which forces mutual interdependence. Remember that the interdependence. That interdependence helps to ensure that community won't fall apart, according to this theory. In functionalism also, change to either production, to distribution, or coordination will force the others to adapt in order to maintain the stable state in society. Next slide. What is conflict theory? Another definition of conflict theory is a theory that emphasizes the role or coercion, conflict, and power in society, and that social inequality will inevitably occur because of differing interests and values between groups, particularly the competition for scarce resources. um, we observe in the society that there is conflict in power because uh, as we observe who are the generally have and not who are the people have power. So example for this is the minorities, uh, women, and children. I mistake. Who just have the power? This uh, have acronym the word WASP WAP. W stands for the whites, and A for Anglo-Saxons, and S is for the uh, and P the Protestant have the power in our society. What is the next slide? Uh, Conflict theory is also as termed as conflict perspective or conflict theory. It derives from the idea of karma, who believes society is a dynamic entity constantly undergoing change, driven by class conflict. Uh, Karma contributes the conflict theory because of the word change. Uh, Driven by class conflict, we discussed in the previous lecture of the class conflict, the bourgeoisie and the proletariat. It's also in the conflict perspective views social life as competition. How does affect the competition in our lives? According to Karl Marx, uh, Karl Marx saw society as being made up of individuals in different social classes who must compete for social land. Second, material. Third is the political resources, such as food, housing, employment, and etc. Social is in Social institutions like government, education, and religion reflect this competition in their inherent inequality and help maintain the unequal social structure. It's also in the conflict theory, the sociologists who work from the conflict perspective studied firstly the distribution of resources, power, and the work inequality. Next slide. Oh, we are now the last part of the report. Junisa Tumakantang, are you there?
Sige, sige.
My group.
Rinig ako.
Okay.
Rinig ako.
Okay, ito na. Start na. You may start na. Partner.
Sige, sige, sige. So, journalism in are necessary to achieve social functions so in this to change there. To test
Choppy ka, choppy.
time gathered so we found that okay na ako Kweta, choppy ako. So, proceed na lang ako. So, now to test this theory functionalism. Okay, rinig ako? Hindi talaga.
Okay na.
So, Durkheim gathered suicide rate data and found that protest had para i-test yung theory. So, no, nag-gather si Durkheim ng suicide rate sa kanilang lugar, and then he found that he rejected that advice for so